To truly understand Ryomen Sukuna, the king of curses, we need to go deeper than just his battles in Jujutsu Kaisen. Sukuna isn't just another villain, he's a legend, a figure who terrified sorcerers 1,000 years ago and continues to dominate the modern age. From his mysterious origins to his horrifying abilities and his one-of-a-kind domain expansion, Sukuna's story is the backbone of the danger that hangs over this entire series. Today we're going to break down Sukuna's history, his terrifying powers, and why he remains the greatest threat in the Jujutsu Kaisen universe. Let's rewind the clock 1,000 years. During what's called the golden age of Jujutsu sorcery, countless strong sorcerers roamed the world. This was an era where cursed energy was flourishing and sorcerers were constantly pushing the limits of their techniques. Yet even in that environment, where strength was the norm, Sukuna towered above them all. Described as having 4 arms, 4 eyes, and inhuman strength, Sukuna was more monster than man. He didn't just fight sorcerers, he slaughtered them. Some accounts say he killed hundreds of the most powerful sorcerers of his time, leaving behind a reign of terror that burned his name into legend. That's how he earned the infamous title, the King of Curses. Eventually, after a deal with Kenjaku, Sukuna transformed his power into 20 indestructible cursed objects, his fingers. These objects survived for 1,000 years, waiting for the moment to return. And in the modern age, they fell into the hands of Yuji Itadori, a boy who unknowingly became Sukuna's host after swallowing one. This act didn't just bring Sukuna back, it reignited his ambition to dominate the world once again. At first, Sukuna was trapped inside Yuji's body. Yuji's strong willpower and unique compatibility made him an unusual vessel. He could suppress Sukuna, preventing the King of Curses from acting freely. This created an interesting dynamic. Sukuna was alive but caged. But Sukuna is not someone who accepts defeat. In chapter 212 of the manga, he executes his long-awaited plan. By exploiting Yuji's guard being down, Sukuna transfers his soul into Megumi Fushiguro, a far more compatible vessel. This move wasn't random. Sukuna recognized that Megumi's 10 Shadows technique held incredible potential, especially with Maharaga, the Shikigami capable of adapting to anything. With Megumi's body, Sukuna could finally unleash his true powers without limitation. This marked a turning point in the series. Sukuna was no longer just a lurking threat. He became an active, unstoppable force in the modern world of Jujutsu Kaisen. To understand Sukuna's full power, we need to understand domain expansions. In Jujutsu Kaisen, this is the pinnacle of Jujutsu sorcery. A domain expansion creates a barrier around the user and their target, locking them inside an area that reflects the user's innate domain, their mental world, their essence as a sorcerer. Inside this space, attacks are guaranteed to hit. It's an ability so advanced that only the strongest sorcerers can pull it off. For example, Gojo's Unlimited Void overwhelms opponents with infinite information. Jogo's volcanic domain incinerates anything inside. And even Megumi began experimenting with his Chimera Shadow Garden. The rules are simple. When 2 domains clash, the stronger one overrides the weaker. This makes domains a true test of a sorcerer's might. They aren't just powerful, they're decisive. And while many domains in the series are deadly, none are as unique or terrifying as Sukuna's. Sukuna's domain expansion is called Malevolent Shrine, or Fukuma Mizushi. Unlike normal domains which create a barrier to seal targets inside, Sukuna's domain has no walls. Instead, it manifests directly into reality, as if his cursed energy is rewriting existence itself. The domain takes the form of a grotesque, demonic shrine, surrounded by terrifying decorations that radiate evil. Once activated, everything within its vast range falls victim to Sukuna's cleave and dismantle techniques. Living beings, objects, even the landscape itself, nothing is safe. Sukuna can extend its reach even further with a binding vow, making the area of effect apocalyptic in scale. This domain was first shown with Sukuna using only a fraction of his power, annihilated a special grade curse in seconds. Later, during his battle against Gojo, Malevolent Shrine was pushed to its limits. For a brief moment, it even overwhelmed Gojo's Unlimited Void, something that no other sorcerer had ever managed to do. Although Gojo fought back fiercely and ultimately proved slightly stronger in their domain clash, Sukuna turned the tide by using Maharaga. What makes Malevolent Shrine so terrifying isn't just its raw power, it's its accessibility. Unlike other domains, you don't need to be inside a sealed battlefield barrier. Sukuna brings his deadly technique directly into the real world, making escape nearly impossible. Sukuna isn't just powerful because of his strength. What makes him terrifying is his intelligence, his patience, and his willingness to exploit every advantage. He waited centuries to return, carefully manipulating situations until he secured the perfect vessel. He mastered cursed energy to such an extent that his techniques bend the rules of Jujutsu itself. And with Malevolent Shrine, he wields a domain that breaks the very concept of barriers. Ryomen Sukuna is the ultimate embodiment of cursed energy. From his brutal reign in the past to his resurrection in the present to his godlike domain expansion, he represents everything dangerous about Jujutsu sorcery. He is more than just a villain, he is a force of nature.